What's up, guys? This is Big D, and I am the Grim Rider, and finally, I get a chance to get back out on a bike to do some kind of video content for y'all here on this channel. It's been a good 6 months since my last video, and just recently, I've had a couple of you actually ask me in comments on either one of the videos or on a post on Instagram or something like, hey, D, where the hell have you been? Where's the content? What you been up to? And first of all, I'd like to say thank you to those of you that did ask me that, because it shows me that there is still interest for what I'm doing, and I can't even express into words how much I appreciate that. All I can do is say thank you. But as far as that question goes, where have I been? Well, that's what I'm here to do in this video today, is to answer that question. But if you've been watching the channel a while, and you know me at all, then you'll know that there's never just a simple answer for me. I always have multiple answers for one single question, and this is no exception. So we're going to break this down a little bit, and I'm going to go over a little bit of what's been going on, and we'll answer that for y'all. So, where have I been for the last 6 months? I know there's been no content whatsoever. The reasons for that are this. Number one, the weather in this state has absolutely 100% certifiably sucked. We ordered spring several weeks ago. We just never got it. It just never arrived. So we've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally today it's in the low 70s, but there's some cloud cover. It's a little spotty, and it might even rain a little bit later. But I finally got a chance to get out, so here I am. But over the last several weeks, and even the last couple of months, it's either done one of two things. Well, three things, really. It's either been really cold. There's even certain nights still lately that's would drop down to like the 30s and be maybe as high as 40s. Like, there's certain days that it's still extremely cold. And if it's not been cold, then it's been raining. And I kid you not, we have just gotten off of about 5 or 6 days straight of just constant rain. And before that, like, every single weekend has been a washout, and that's the only time, obviously, that I really get a chance to ride. So that puts a kibosh to anything that I want to do on the bike on the weekends. On top of that, we also just had a couple weeks ago, like, a small tornado roll through here in this area. So the weather has just simply not been kind at all. Today is not the first time I've been able to get the bike out. This is probably about the 4th time this year. But the first 2 times has only been to work and back. And obviously I'm not going to film that. Like, well, what's the point of that? Nobody wants to see that. I don't even want to go to work, let alone film riding to work. So I didn't film them. I did have a chance to get out one time with a couple of the club brothers and sisters, and I decided not to film that ride. A couple of reasons for that also. First of all, I don't know about anybody else, and I know there's a lot of you that actually get to ride all year round, which I'm extremely jealous of you, by the way. But here in this wonderful grand state of Michigan, you know, we have the winters that we kind of have to put the bikes up for a little while. And after those couple of months, getting back out on the bike for the first time, I didn't want to film it because I wanted to kind of get used to the bike again. You know, kind of shake and dust off the riding skills and just focus on the task at hand, and that's riding safely. that's just something every year around springtime that I just need to take just that, at least that one ride to, just kind of get back into the swing of things. And on top of that, again, it was a group ride, so just riding in the group again and focusing on, making sure that I'm doing everything I need to do within the group, and, everybody is riding safe. So a couple of reasons why I didn't want to film that ride. Now, in hindsight, kind of wish I would have, because, well, at least that way I would have had one video up already. But again, I had my reasons, and safety first, and I did simply just want to enjoy the ride instead of having to worry about making sure I had my cameras and I was getting good content, and I just kind of wanted to keep my mind clear and just enjoy myself that one particular ride. So it just didn't happen. So the weather has really put a kibosh to anything riding related. Now, on the flip side, I also could have been doing some Shattered Glass Saloon segments or a couple road stories, things like that I could have just done from home, but I hadn't done that either. There's also reasons for that, and again, anybody that's been watching a while knows that me and Nick, anybody that's been watching that knows Nick, or Nick the Noob, that he was known here on the channel, a year ago, we had started a small business, CD's Games, and I don't get a chance to get out there anywhere near as much as I would like, because I do still work my full-time job. So at least one day out of my weekends have been spent up at the shop trying to help him out with things that needed to be done, and just trying to help out whenever and however I can. And so that's taken up a bit of my time. And also, since the shop has had a Twitch channel and a YouTube channel of its own, you can see those links. I'll put those down in the description. But I've also been doing a lot of content for that as well. I've been streaming on Twitch every Tuesday night. So that takes at least one of my nights during the week. And then throughout the rest of the week, I have been filming, recording, and editing original series using video games. It's whether it's Fallout 4, or I've got one series using WWE 2K22, where I'm making my own original story with my own characters and story arcs and all that stuff. That's all details that aren't really necessarily important right this second, but I'm on my 73rd episode of that as I record this, so a lot of time has been focusing on other things related to the shop in one way or another, whether it's the actual physical location or just the online presence with the Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So that's the reasons why I haven't done anything on this channel. Now, hopefully the weather is going to start cooperating, and I'll be able to get back out on the bike a bit more. And things with the shop have also changed very recently. I'm not going to get into all that right now. I'm probably going to have another video at some point where I talk about that, because things are changing with all of that, and I'm still going to try to incorporate my gaming into stuff that I do. So again, more details about that a little bit later once I actually figure out some of those smaller details and actually get some more things nailed down as far as that goes. But as far as the near future, this particular riding season, I do have several things that I want to do, several plans. Here in actually just a couple of weeks, I've got a 3-day trip planned with a few members of the club, and we're very looking forward to that. So that'll be a 3-parter for this channel, a video for each day, as I typically do for my motorcycle trips. And then in late August and early September, sometime in there, we got a couple other things planned for that as well. But as of right now, that's about the only things I do have planned, unfortunately. One thing that I've been struggling with, and I had mentioned this in another video, I don't remember exactly which one or when it was, but I'm kind of running out of things to do in my immediate riding area. It's just nothing but flat farmland around here. It's not very exciting to look at. And so the last couple of years, so 2022 and 21, I've been able to branch out a little bit. And, you know, really it takes me all day to try to get to something that's a little bit different, to change up the content here a little bit. But again, I'm not sure what I want to do going forward, because I don't want to keep repeating too many things that I've already done. I want to try to change the content up a little bit, but I do want to still focus on the riding. It's just to where. I haven't quite figured that out yet. So I'm trying to come up with some other ideas, you know, as I go and as I prepare for this riding season. So that is the story. Weather and shop is the short answers of why I haven't had any new content come up in the last 6 months. But again, the shop thing has changed, and hopefully the weather's going to start cooperating. So you'll start seeing more content here on the Grim Rider channel in the future. Again, I got that trip coming up here in a couple of weeks, and then I'm working on some other ideas. And then as far as the gaming stuff goes, if anybody out there is interested, then I will have another update here in a couple of weeks going over that stuff. So there's that as well. So I thank all of you for sticking around, being patient through this off season. And again, I appreciate the fact that there are several of you out there that have been wondering what's been going on and where I've been, and still interested in my content. It means a lot, and so it's coming. So with that, that's all I got to talk about right now. So I'm going to turn this camera off and enjoy the rest of my ride here. So until next time, I am Big D. I am the Grim Rider, and until then, we will catch you down the road.